You know what? For a second, I had trouble figuring out what my low was going to be. But you know what? I know exactly what it is. I do believe this will be the second to last time in this NFL season that I will be wearing this jersey. I mean, I have some NFL picks to make, don't I? So it makes sense I would wear it, but after today, there's only going to be the Super Bowl. And that'll be all she wrote. So, needless to say, today's video is going to be me talking about and sharing my thoughts on partly what this whole season's been about. And obviously I'm going to be making some picks today as I normally do. Anyway, my high, it was a very nice evening I had with, my father. We just hung out all day because, we're guys and that's what we do. And last night for dinner we had takeout from Sorges. And I actually tried something different this time. I actually tried their seafood Alfredo, which, pretty good. I mean, here's the thing. Lately, they're not making steaks because of how things are working and you gotta order takeout. When they cook a steak, they keep it on there for longer, meaning for the most part, they risk overcooking it. That's why we haven't been able to get steaks. But hey, you know what? That's fine. I can try something different. I'm flexible. That's what you gotta do. Remember, kids, the glass isn't half empty or half full. It's refillable. Okay? If something goes wrong, don't fret. Try and look to the future in an optimistic way, and try something different, try something new. I mean, the last time was the first time I had the seafood Alfredo. I really liked it. It was linguine with their Alfredo sauce. Sorges is really good Alfredo sauce. Their red sauce is great, but their Alfredo sauce is equally as delicious. Anyway, there was baby shrimp and baby scallops. It was very nice. Honestly, everything was cooked to perfection. I really liked it. Definitely something that I recommend for those of you who, go to the city of Corning, go to Sorges. So, excluding the steaks, the Delmonico or the prime rib special, that makes 3 dishes off the top of my head that I highly recommend from Sorges. I got a plan C, a plan D, and a plan E. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. For those of you who haven't paid attention, the other two would be the shrimp scampi and the blackened chicken Alfredo. So there you go. And my act of kindness. Well, when my dad was out going to confession for church, I actually cleaned up their house a little bit for him. Cleaned up the dishes in their dishwasher, do stuff like that because, hey, listen, I'm going to be visiting them. I want to help out in any way I can, so that's what I do. Anyway, good morning and happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Championship Day. Is it called Championship Day today? I don't know, but yes, it is. The NFC Championship at 3, the AFC Championship at 6:40, close to 7 o'clock at night. It's going to be a big night full of excitement and football, and I certainly cannot wait to see what happens today. That being said, what a crazy, first of all, huge shout out to everyone in the NFL, the commissioner, the players, the coaches, the staff, everyone who, worked throughout this entire NFL season. And in spite of the conditions that, the world has been in, you were able to get all 256 regular season games. And for the most part, something can still happen today, you were able to get all the playoffs up to the AFC and the NFC championships. Some people would argue that considering the times we're living in, if you got to like here, you'd be okay. But we still have some time to go. And hopefully, as I was actually watching Andrew Zimmern last night, and he said, hopefully in the next 90 to 120 days, everything's going to go back to normal. We can only hope. So, with that said, I don't think anyone ever could have predicted, well, some people could have predicted some of these teams to be in the Final Four, let's say. You know, we have Tampa Bay and Green Bay at 3 o'clock, the Battle of the Bays, if you will. And tonight you have Kansas City and Buffalo. You know, it's funny. I actually saw a funny picture the other day where some mayor was doing a toss-up between what he'd rather have, Buffalo wings or Kansas City barbecue. Personally, I'm okay with both, but let's be honest, I live in upstate New York. I am much more likely to get, the wings, just because, again, I live near Buffalo, sort of. I think Buffalo is like 2.5 to 3 hours from where I live, but, I mean, I have been there before, obviously. I've been to Rochester a lot. I've been to Rochester. Other important cities, I've been to Binghamton, been to, who in there? Oh, actually, I'm positive there's lots of people who haven't been there. But New York City, I've been to, if you couldn't already guess. I'm making it sound like Corning and Elmira are like arbitrarily unknown places, and that's not true at all. I mean, Corning is what I call Crystal City, USA, Like, it has the famous Museum of Glass, which, you know what? I think when things go back to normal, that'll be something I'll do. Just because. And, Elmira, I know Elmira has sort of a history over the last couple of years of not being a very nice place to live, but there's a lot of history in Elmira. One of the biggest known facts about Elmira, that doesn't involve Mark Twain, by the way, is, and I think I said this on camera before, but during the Civil War, Elmira was actually the worst POW camp for the Union. Elmira was for the Union what Andersonville was to the Confederacy. So yeah, a little bit of history facts right there. Anyway, I should be talking about football. Anyway, so who am I, rooting for today? Or who do I want to win the Super Bowl as a whole? Because, to be fair, it is, I guess to be honest, it's a little early for me to talk about who I'd like to win the Super Bowl. Back when I did my top 11 Super Bowl matchups that I want to see, of the ones I mentioned, the only one that could still happen is Kansas City and Green Bay, which one would think those are the teams that I'd be rooting for. But to win it. Someone's outside of my apartment. Anyway, where was I? Right. I was talking about who I wanted to win for today. Here's the thing. I'm not going to be rooting for Green Bay. I've said this on camera before, but I cannot stand how smug Aaron Rodgers is. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people like Aaron Rodgers, but I don't. He always comes across as smug, arrogant, ugh. And the sad part is, I really did like him at one point. I was at Gettysburg College in the attic watching Aaron Rodgers win his first Super Bowl. I was rooting for Green Bay in that game. And I remember being so happy for the guy. But then, I guess over time, he just sort of became kind of power hungry. Well, he always said he wanted to host the NFC Championship in Green Bay. He gets his chance today to do it. Let's see if it works out for him. So, pretty obvious, I'm going to be rooting for the Bucks because they have come so very far. And like Skip Bayless before me, there is one person in football you do not bet against. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. If anyone could go up to Green Bay and win, he could. But we'll just have to see later on this afternoon. Now, that leaves tonight's game. And this is where things are going to go up in the air for me. Because on the one hand, I really do like the Chiefs. I love Patrick Mahomes. I love those guys. And the fact that Patrick Mahomes has been ready to be healthy, from that injury he got last week, it should be a very interesting game to watch. Which, under normal circumstances, would mean bad news for the other team. But here's the thing. Of the few teams that have given Kansas City a run for its money and or have beaten them, Buffalo is one of those teams. And I am positive if under the right circumstances, they can pull it off. They can. Now, they have to go to Arrowhead, and they have an uphill battle. And they most certainly cannot have what happened against the Colts happen to them here. Because the Colts almost beat them. Kansas City will destroy them if they do not keep their foot on the gas. Buffalo can win this game. But they will have an uphill battle. There's no way I can sugarcoat that. So that being said, what am I going to do after today? What I mean is, because here's the thing, there are 4 possible outcomes you can get for the Super Bowl. Actually, maybe like 6 or something. I don't know. But there's like a handful of outcomes you can have after today for who's going to the Super Bowl. And obviously only 4 that could ever possibly win as of today. So with that said, I'm not rooting for Green Bay today, and I certainly won't root them if they make it to the Super Bowl. So, should the outcome be Kansas City and Green Bay, I'll be choosing Kansas City. Now keep in mind, I'm saying this now, but you never know. The Super Bowl's in 2 weeks. It's subject to change. If Buffalo is going, and they go against Green Bay, I'm rooting for Buffalo all the way. In fact, there's actually something I would like to say about that. But I'll get to that in a minute. Now, what if Tampa Bay wins? This is where things get tough. Should it be the Bucks and the Chiefs? I would probably pick the Bucks. The one Super Bowl matchup that I don't want to see is Buffalo and Tampa Bay. Oh, not because, here's the thing. Of the 2 teams, those are the teams I want to see the most, and it'd be impossible for me to choose between those 2. But at this moment in time, should it be Buffalo and Tampa Bay, I would pick the Bills. I think it's about time Buffalo finally got the edge over Tom Brady. And what better way to do that than the Super Bowl of all places? But again, the Super Bowl's in 2 weeks. A lot of that is subject to change. Although I would like to say to any and all Buffalo Bills fans, I'd like to point out that every single playoff game, I've worn this jersey. And you guys have won. Now, I don't want to make that call yet. But if Buffalo wins today, because obviously I'm going to be wearing this jersey. If Buffalo wins today, then I have the mojo. Just saying. So, yeah. Gonna have a nice quiet morning. Visit my dad a little bit later. We'll watch football together. It's gonna be awesome. And, I really can't wait for this day to get going. Oh, by the way, I actually tried those pickled carrots I made last night. Well, some of them. Holy cow, that was barely like 3/4 of a day. And they were incredible. I can't wait to have them later. Like, favorite, share, subscribe button, follow me on social platforms, turn me on YouTube. I'm very homely in this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy for today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. You're ready to watch the football today. And remember, if you guys want to talk to channel, listen to me here to lay the arms on your back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.